Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. We're running a simultaneous live stream on YouTube and TikTok. Thank you for joining me. Please remember, this is not a lecture, this is a question and answer. So we talk about thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, relationship breakups, the role of the inner movement of the psyche when you have gone through the breakup, why you feel the way you do, and how you can move on from it. And then we expand into OCD and the neuroscience way of explaining it, and the components of the brain involved in OCD and OCD subsets. And then we use the experiments of famous and scholars such as Dr. Schwartz, Dr. Sperry, Dr. Penfield, Dr. Owens, Dr. Leibit, their experiments in laboratory and their findings. And we try to see how amazingly accurate the modern science have come to accept and understand the philosophical point of view of Aristotle since 1,000 years ago in regards that you're not the brain and brain is not you. And we go from there, helping you to realize how you can get out of the glitch of OCD and the subsets of OCD and help your brain to rewire itself through gold standards of procedures such as Dr. Schwartz's 4 steps or the ERP or the CBT and all these things that we can discuss. And if you guys needed to have a little more private and direct chat with me, I have a site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Mindthatseekstruth.com. You can make an appointment with me, and for new clients, for 1 hour registration, I'll throw in another half an hour so we don't have to rush, and we'll get to know the issues and we'll discuss what's concerning you one-on-one on Skype. You may also send me an email through the site. It's fee-based as well, and then I can record your response, my response to you, 4, 5, 6 minutes of recording, and I'll email the recording to you in voice so you can perhaps find answer to your question. So our protocol, just as it is for our YouTube friends who have joined us now, is to let me know your age, gender, where you're tuning in from. So 3 little codes: M for male, F for female. M, 32, France. F, 25, I don't know, wherever, Tokyo, or however you signify your gender, your age, gender, or gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. So that gives me a little bit of a cultural background from you and age and how to address you properly and so on and so forth. And we go from there. So don't forget when you join in, don't just join in. If you have a question, I need to have that information. Otherwise, I'll go to the next caller. So at least I know who I'm talking to. Now we have Dokra is from Dokra. Let me know age, gender, where you're tuning in from. He says, "Hi, Mehran. Hello there. Thank you for joining us." And we have Refire TV. Okay, says, "Good evening. 46 male Los Angeles." Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That's what we need. 46M Los Angeles. Says, "I have a girlfriend of 12 years. Congratulations." Or maybe condolences. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out soon enough. Says, "I got into a serious relationship with another woman concurrently for 2 years." Did you start them at the same time? Like 12 years ago, you started with your girlfriend, and then 12 years ago, at the same time, you started with this other girl, or is it at a later time? Let's see. It says concurrently for 2 years. Yeah, okay. When this 2 years of the second one started, it says I recently ended the relationship with the 2 year. Oh, I see. So 12 years ago, you started your relationship with your present girlfriend, steady girlfriend, and 10 years ago, you started with the new girl, which is now 2 years past, and now you broke up. All right, got that one so far. And so, what's the rest of it? It says relationship. What is it with the 2 year relationship? Because I bought her cheat. I bought her. Oh, you caught her cheating. Aha. Oh, that's well. You know what? You should fire yourself too because you're also cheating on the other one. So two cheaters. You should you should stick together. God damn it. Kerfir? How am I pronouncing it? Am I butchering your name? Give me a name so I can call you. Some name that you'll be incognito. And says, says can't stop thinking about her. Regret breaking up. Well, yeah, it serves you right. What are you? You think you're in a smorgasbord? These are exclusive restaurants. When you have a girlfriend, that's exclusivity is mandated. So you messed up on that. You went on your comfort zone and you wanted some activity, some excitement. And here it is. Because when you are when you are cheating on your girlfriend, guess who you're attracting? You're attracting easy girl and the girls who also approve of a man who's cheating on his girlfriend, which means they themselves have propensity, gravitation toward cheating should the opportunity arises. So serves you right with all the love and respect. However, so what is it that you want to do? You can't stop thinking about it. Well, listen, um, one of the worst thing is breakup, but one of the worst kind of breakups is when somebody cheats on you and then you kind of left holding the bag, and you kind of value that idiot who cheated on you even a little bit more than before. Like you crave her more, as if you think her cheating means you were not good enough, and now you're rising to prove that you're good enough. In order to do that, to prove to yourself, as of all people, in order to do that, you want to get her back to prove her you are the best, so you will feel confident, as if your confidence is in her vagina. That's not the case. Your confidence is within you. Your confidence is within your cognitive ability to understand that you messed up, you fucked up. You shouldn't have picked this girl when you already have a girlfriend. If you don't respect your girlfriend, don't expect others who actually are respectful to respect you. So you choose the kind of a you chose the kind of a girl who has no respect for you or for herself. She's going to go around sleep with this or that just because it's convenient, just like what you did. But when it comes to men, we think that, oh well, it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for us. It's not okay for them. If you're in a committed relationship, you shouldn't do it. Now, That's beside the point. You've done it, and now you're feeling the pain of it that you still want. And the funny thing is that you're not saying you regret because of cheating on the 12-year relationship that you have. You still want the one who actually cheated you because you feel wounded and you want to claim your status back. From who? From a cheater? No. That's perhaps a blessing in disguise that is trying to tell you, let that one go, because as you can see, she's not going to be loyal to you. If she didn't do it today, she will do it some other day because she has her own needs and shortcomings and lack of ethics and so on. And her lifestyle doesn't agree with exclusivity somewhat. So if she did it now, it's your blessing to let it go and get back and make it up to your 12-year-old relationship without having to, kind of mess that up as well. So perhaps this is a sign for you to save your real relationship that has lasted, is showing to you that it's resilient, that it's got possibilities, that it's got a foundation because you've been able to build this 12-year-old relationship on this 12-year-old foundation. That means it's a good foundation. It can last longer. Yeah, maybe you got a little fling with this and that, I don't know, a little excitement there, but you can see where did it lead to. So take that as a little bit of an experience. You enjoyed it, but don't pursue it. Let it go. The hell with her. That was a mistake, and now you're seeing it in real lifetime, and then let it go. So suck up the pain. Don't worry about it. Nothing will happen to you. He says, I'm stuck. My male dignity won't allow me to reach out to her. Your male dignity won't allow you, but at the same time, your male dignity wants to get back into her pants so you could prove to yourself that you still got it. And that's the shame, because you don't need to go after her in order to prove to yourself. You prove to yourself by sticking back to your 12-year-old and honoring that relationship because it's got quality and it's got foundation. And you prove to yourself that your manlyhood, that you're able and capable to let this one go, which is a fly by night thing, anyhow, and stick with what is of more quality. That's how you can regain your manhood, by doing the right thing, not going after just, fluff here and there, and just same bullshit again. What for? What's the end of it? What's the end game? Yes, you got it. You went and got her. Or she calls you and says, I want to come back. I want to come back so I can cheat on you again. Whatever. And you being what, 46, and you think Ryan, time is running out, so I should get as many as I can. And that's the mentality perhaps you're going through. And you're going to end up hitching again with her. Then what? She's going to do it again. Didn't you do it again? It's probably not the first one. You must have cheated him on that 10 years too. Maybe not. But that kind of a mentality will attract that kind of a girl. When you didn't have this kind of mentality 12 years ago, you attracted a good, decent, accountable, reliable woman. Now that you're changing your attitude, you attract that kind of a woman, which you can count on. So, which one is going to be more beneficial to you in the long run? Going after pleasure and making a mistake thinking pleasure is the same as happiness, which is a complete mistake. Pleasure is dopamine, can be acquired, can be purchased. Happiness is serotonin. And once you're happy, you cannot get happier. But once you get pleasure, you can get more pleasure by doing more of the same thing, to the point that you become addicted to it. Let me explain how this works. If you make a mistake and think that pleasure is happiness, and when you get pleasure, you will your brain secretes dopamine because the receptor neurons will be there to feel that stimulation and then release dopamine. But neurons have this survival mechanism. It's called downregulating, meaning once you stimulate neurons long enough and hard enough, they die. In order for them not to die, they have a program that is called downregulator. And what it does is reduces the number of the synaptic neurons available to be stimulated by your action of seeking pleasure. Because when they reduce their numbers, when they're stimulated hard and long, they won't die because there's so many of them are trying to save themselves by hiding, not to be subject to that dopamine that is going to be released. And then what? Because their number reduces, the amount of dopamine is going to be less for the same pleasure you got. Now you want more of that. What are you going to do? You're going to do up the dose. If it's drug that you're getting pleasure, that's how it's going to work. Anything else that is a pleasure, still the same way. You're going to up doing more of what you were doing because the number of synaptic neurons that would give you the dopamine have been decreased in order for them to save themselves. Therefore, you won't get that high. So you're going to increase your drug or whatever it is that you find it pleasurable. So then you may get the same amount of pleasure, but then the synaptic neurons will downregulate again. So you have to now up it again. And they downregulate again because they want to survive, to the point that with not much synaptic neurons available for you to stimulate, to get the dopamine, and you go as high as you can. That's when you get affected. That's when you get addicted. And that's when you get really fucked up. And it's hard to come back from it. So don't make a mistake thinking the more pleasure of what gives you pleasure is going to bring you closer to happiness. Pleasure does not lead to happiness. Therefore, don't fall for this or any of these sort of things, and don't go back to her because now you want her more. So you're going to be willing to do more, make more sacrifices. She's going to use that and you're going to do more, and she's going to be less satisfied. You're going to be more. Eventually, you're going to be addicted on her. You're going to lose the 12-year-old one relationship that you have, 12-year relationship that you have with that lady, and you're going to lose her because she's going to be using you. You're going to be totally fucked up. Don't let her go. All right. Let's see what we have here. So as usual, our TikTok friends, none of them provided those codes that I asked for. So I guess you guys don't want to ask any questions. You just want to listen, and that's up to you. Once we get any question, I would need to know your age, gender, where you're tuning in from. Otherwise, we'll just go to the next. It says, encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. Please be encouraged. Let's see what else we have here. And Kifir TVU says, excellent analysis. Thank you very much. And don't forget, guys, do make sure you like the program, and at the same time, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. And the rest of it, then you know what to do. And please make sure that you circulate the channel, share the videos you like with in your social medias to promote the channel so we can reach more people and help more people, and we get more subscribers so the channel starts making being economically viable, so we can do more things and so on and so forth. And that way you can support the channel. And now we have Saj. Says, hi, Meran, male 30, Philippines. And thank you for that. Says, got married last year, congratulations, after 5 long years of toxic relationship. Found a special lady whom I'm going to build a family with. Thanks for your videos. You're quite welcome. Delighted that this wonderful thing is happening to you. And thank you for sharing it. And I'm delighted that the videos have been helping for you or to you, and you were able to find what you were looking for and withhold or withstand the stuff that you were going through for that 5 years. And now we have Joseima Yaman. Joseima Yaman. Okay, I hope I didn't butcher your name. Says, how can I change? First, I need to know your age, gender, where you're tuning in from. 3 little things. Then I'll read your question. I appreciate that. And Star says, sir, I have a question. How much can HOCD? Now, I need your age, gender, where you're tuning in from. Then I will read your question. All right. MK says, Mr. Mehran, My girlfriend of 2 years, I need your, oh, there it is. It says, I'm male from Hungary, 24 years. Thank you for that. Says, my girlfriend of 2 years left me. She said she loves me, but we are too different. Who isn't? Everybody's different. Show me two people are the same. It's impossible. Maybe you have similar values or compromise, but nobody's the same values exactly. The two consciousness are like two thumbprints. They're all different. The way the content of your consciousness makes you, so unique. You can't be the same, even if you were raised in the same family or a block away from each other. You will be a person with a different consciousness than the other one. So that was, a little bit of a excuse. She said that she loves me, but we are too different and doesn't see a future. Okay, then. What should I do? Nothing. Let it go. Why would you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you? Have respect for yourself. You want a woman not because she has a pussy. That's not going to make a life for you. What builds a relationship is if you guys are willing to work things together, be compatible, tolerate each other, grow to each other with each other together, and negotiate life together, support each other rather than differences. Still try to find things, common grounds, if that is something that you're interested in. But if you find somebody else and you bring that as an excuse, or you think this guy doesn't have enough money and she's looking for more money and brings that excuse, oh, we are not the same. How come for 2 years you were fine? Suddenly, you're not the same. But anyhow, at age 24, you hardly know who you are, let alone knowing what kind of girl you want. And that girl, probably same age or a couple of years younger, maybe, she doesn't know shit about who she is, let alone what kind of man she is. She's probably looking after some guy who's going to pay her tickets and take her here and there, and she can enjoy a little bit and say, oh, I'm accomplished because I've got a guy who pays for me. I don't understand what was in her mind, but whatever it was, she doesn't want to be in that relationship. And you should have respect for yourself. Never want to be in a relationship with a woman who doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. Because number one rule to be in a relationship with anyone is that she wants to, requests it, and desires it to be with you in a relationship. As long as she does, you will assess if you want to or not. If she doesn't, adios. And Kuzamia Yaman says, 23-year-old hungry. Thank you very much. So you're 23-year-old hungry. Let me see. I've got some good kebab in the fridge. Come on in. We'll make tea. So, all right. I'm just saying, being facetious, being funny. Welcome to the show. And you say, how can I change my beliefs? Oh, about what? That's getting hot here. Let me just give myself a chance to understand this. How can I change my beliefs? First, I believe that thoughts are bad. What thoughts? All thoughts? Let me read to the end and see if I understand that. But now I realize that it's not bad, but my brain still says me that thoughts are bad. What thoughts? All thoughts? How can my belief change that are not helpful? Okay, could you explain to me, is it a specific intrusive thought, negative thought, a thought about a certain subject that you consider it bad? Or is it something that you don't agree with it, it doesn't agree with your values, but a suggestion, a thought shows up in your brain, and you sum up as using the same brain to tell you if this thought is good and bad? The problem here, I don't know what the whole thing is, you probably will enlighten me. The problem is that you're using the same apparatus, the same brain that is making the thought to judge the thought. If this brain is now in a glitch of OCD or intrusive thoughts, or it's broken, it's in disorder, that's why it's making these thoughts that are not in line with your values. Well, then you cannot judge the rightfulness or wrongfulness of this thought by the same brain who's in a glitch of disorder and has created these thoughts. You cannot use the same gadget to see the air pressure of your tire if you know the gadget is broken. You got to use a different gadget to gauge the tire. So, on that note, explain to me what thoughts you're talking about, and perhaps I can be more clear on my answer to you. All right, all our TikTok friends have just joined, but never any of them have introduced themselves as male or female or whatever your gender is, and age and where you're tuning in from. So it gives me a little bit of information. And we have no questions from our TikTok friends. They're just spectators and watching. That's fine if that's what you wish. But if you have a question, you're welcome to ask. And as I mentioned, I have a site, mind@seekstruth.com. You can go in there, make an appointment, and we'll discuss what's concerning you in regards to relationship breakups, OCD and OCD subsets such as HOCD, intrusive thoughts, negative thoughts, and how to move on from it, how to rewire your brain through neuroplasticity, one-on-one on Skype. And Star says, let's go back to Kuzami. Says, Kuzami, age 23, gender male from Hungary. Thank you, Vanessa. Okay, we got that one. And Kuzami says, how can we give enjoyment to things like I want to give enjoyment to what I am doing, but could not give? I don't understand. Why would you not? If you're not getting enjoyment from what you're doing, don't do that. Do something else that gives you enjoyment. Like, do you like playing chess? If playing chess doesn't give you enjoyment, why do you play? Tennis, reading book, going to a movie, going on a date, going to dinner, watching a movie. I mean, when you tell me what you're doing doesn't give you enjoyment, but you want it to give you enjoyment, I don't quite understand. Give me an example. So perhaps, I know you're having a little bit challenge with English, although your English is good, but I need to understand your question. So help me out to understand, please. Kuzami says, yeah, intrusive thoughts. Okay. As I mentioned to you, brain falls into glitch of OCD and intrusive thoughts. It comes up with pictures, images, suggestions, thoughts that is totally irrelevant to you and is not in line with your values. And you notice that's contradictory, that suggestion, that thought that has shown up in the screen of your head is contradictory to your values, to what you see yourself as, to what you could agree with, to what you could welcome as a thought, as a lifestyle, as something that could be possibly acceptable to you. So you have a brain that its job, like any other organ in your body, has a job. Liver makes bile and is responsible to get rid of the toxins and so on. And kidney is responsible to filter your blood and so on. And everything has their own job, every organ. A brain is also an organ. It has a job. Its program is to make thoughts. It makes thoughts, 80, 90,000 thoughts a day. But most of these you don't even notice. And they come and go. Why? Because they're of all kind of qualities, intrusive or otherwise. But in midbrain basal ganglia, there's a place called the striatum. In the striatum, among other things, there's a lever called caudate nucleus. Caudate nucleus's job is to shut down intrusive thoughts that is not in line with your values or lifestyle. But when it malfunctions and it doesn't do its job, then those thoughts that show up, instead of disappearing because caudate nucleus shuts it down, it hovers, stays, doesn't dissipate. And because it doesn't go away, you say, oh, it must mean something. It must be a message. I am in denial. Or this thought might be true. That's why it's not going away. And you forget the fact that the brain has got many components and it can break down. And caudate nucleus, that its job is to shut down the intrusive thoughts, is not functioning, is malfunctioning. The signaling system is malfunctioning. So it doesn't go away. And you don't think the reason for it hovering is because the system is malfunctioning. You take it as, oh, it must be true. That's why it's not going away. And this is what you have to understand, that you are not the brain. Brain is an apparatus. You are the awareness, the watcher, the one that sees what brain produces. And judges this production that this is in line with my values, or this is not in line with my values. If it's about my gender, the brain is suggests something, but I disagree, and I say that's not me. That's that's not normal for me. That's not my preferences. You can feel that the contradiction between your awareness, who you are, what you are, your values are, and with what the brain's thoughts are suggesting. That is why the contradiction is why there is an awareness. There's never an awareness if there's no contradiction. And since there's an awareness that you're asking these questions from me right now, that has hit you in the fact that this is not my preference, it is not what I like. Therefore, that's an awareness. And that awareness tells you that there's a contradiction between what the brain is suggesting and what your values, preferences, what you've been, what you want to be, and what you like to be is. For that reason, once you recognize the brain is a brain, is not you, it's an apparatus, it's an organ, then you relax and you start learning how to help your brain as the master of the brain, as the owner of the brain, how to rewire it. Because remember, there was a you way before this brain was given to you. You lived for millions of years. Only 40,000 years ago, this brain was given to us the way it works right now, which has lots of glitches and problems. That's why so many have psychological problems and so on, because it's an organ, like any other organ malfunctions, breaks down. But any other organ that breaks down, you go to the doctor and try to heal it. But when this breaks down, you think, oh, it must be real. It must be me. I must have been this. Never knew it. No, it also breaks down. 40,000 years ago, you got this brain. Before that, then what were you doing? How were you living? There was a you way before this brain was added. This was added to you. So you're not the brain. Brain is not you. It's an apparatus that has evolved, advanced into this sophisticated mechanism that can be helpful in figuring out things, learning things, inventing things, and writing things, and ideas, and so on and so forth. But also it has its problems. It causes lots of problems. You got to be aware of this, and that awareness helps you to recognize there's something wrong with the brain. Then you go and seek remedy and use the experts' experiments and to rewire it through neuroplasticity and other techniques that is available there. So if you want to talk about specific ways and so on, then you got to go on my site, make an appointment, and we'll discuss what's concerning you one-on-one on Skype. SAJ says, guys, like the video while you're watching, not just the live emoji. Thanks. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Please like the video while you're watching, if you will. I appreciate that. And Star says, my age is 22. Are you male or female? Or what's your gender is? So my age 22. How much can HOCD arousal feel real? Exactly real, because that's what HOCD does. It's a malfunction in the signaling system, so it makes you feel that it's exactly real as it is. But your preference tells you, I don't care how real it is, I don't like it. And if you were what the brain was suggesting, you wouldn't even notice any any contradiction between what it's suggesting and what your preference is. It's like if somebody comes along and says, hey, Mehran, you like girls. So, yeah, thank you. You're a stud muffin. Okay, thank you. I don't know. You're a stallion. Oh, thank you. But there's no thought pattern anymore. There's no discussion. There's no disagreement. I don't know. I said, okay, pleasant. Thank you. But if some other thought shows up that is not in line with my inclination, I consider that, what's that? What is, it's not, I notice it. I notice the contradiction. But when it is not contradictory, I welcome it. I don't notice it. I don't have a question about it. So same thing here for you. So the fact that you're questioning it and researching about it, that tells you that that is a suggestion of the brain and not your preference. And MK says, thank you very much for your answer. You're quite welcome, MK. I don't know what your question was. I talked so much that, oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Now we have, mhm. Star says, let's see if anything you hear at TikTok. No, TikTok friends have no questions. They all joined, but they're just listening. No messages, no questions. Am I doing something wrong here? Is there questions that I can't see? Because so many people have joined. God knows how many. Usually we have like 600, 700 people. But and you guys on TikTok, none of you have clicked on the heart, the like. Please do if you enjoy the program, because we need to be recognized so the algorithm will work would work towards our advantage, and we can reach more people and help more people. And Star says, age 22, I have facing this problem last 6 months in the starting of my HOCD. OCD give me anxiety, fear, stress, nervous, etc. But last 1.5 months, why my HOC did not give me anxiety, anxious? Yeah, because your awareness uh, have announced that the jig is up. I know it's HOCD, so I don't pay too much attention. It doesn't freak me out because I know it's a malfunction. It figured out that it's not in line with your values. That is not you. So it's not, because a month and a half or so on has passed, and you have seen it, the awareness have seen that nothing is changing you, even though it keeps pumping these intrusive thoughts. But I'm who I am, and I still prefer what I preferred. So it is no longer so sensitive, as it doesn't consider it so dangerous as it did at the beginning. Amygdala was sending emotional danger signals to aware you, to alarm you, to protect you, so you'd be aware of it. But then after a while, you see there is no danger because it's just a thought, and thought has no power whatsoever. Therefore, you're now relaxed. So whether you're anxious about it, negative or intrusive thoughts or not, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be anxious or fearful to be proven that I'm not this, what the brain suggests. No, you're not, whether you're anxious or not anxious. The best thing is to say, oh yeah, that's a suggestion. You brought that up too. I'm not interested. Thank you very much. And that's it. Don't try to change it, stop it, kill it, or debate with it, or exchange energy with it. And don't go at war with it. So it's a thought. So what? Everything can exist. Allow thoughts to exist. When you allow thoughts to exist, you have no reason to fight with it. So, okay, it's a thought. But thought is not me, and I'm not thoughts. Brain is not me, I'm not the brain, let alone what brain makes, which is a thought. So it makes thoughts, and it's not in line with my values, so I pass by. Just like I'm passing by in the street, I see something in the corner of the street that is not in line with my values. It's something that, I don't know, some kind of a fruit that I don't like, some kind of a leaf, or something that I have no use for it, or maybe it's dog poo, whatever it could be, something that I have no interest in. So I recognize what it is. Oh, that's what it is. I'm not interested. Thank you. You pass by. You don't go start getting a stick and poke on it and see what it is. What is it? What kind of fruit is it? Or what kind of poo is it? What kind of dog poo is it? You don't. You just recognize it's not useful to you, and you go. Same thing with thoughts. Thoughts show up. Oh, that's a kind. Okay, thank you. I'm not interested. Thank you very much. Bye. Gone. Don't have to now try to debate it and refute it, or prove something to the brain that I am not this what you're suggesting. It's a brain. Who gives a shit? It's like you talk to your intestine. Oh, I got to prove to my intestine that I am not really interested in diarrhea all the time. I have to cognitively make it understand. No, it's diarrhea. You go get a remedy for it. That's all. It doesn't mean that you should. Oh, I've always been in diarrhea. I didn't know. I'm in denial now. No, it's a malfunction. So get rid of it. All right. All right now. What else do we have here? And Kifif Male 46 Los Angeles says, I want to accelerate my microglial process via C1Q. Can this be accomplished? Yes. you sleep good, you meditate, and meditate increases GABA neurotransmitters, which is in line with, uh, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it connects with the, uh, I forgot the name of that neurotransmitter. But anyhow, GABA is responsible for managing intrusive thoughts, and that is good to meditate through meditations. And sleeping good and being active in the present moment rather than debating with the thoughts and trying to destroy the thoughts and spending that energy. Understanding, understanding Dr. Schwartz four step, which I have a video on it. Go on my site and just key in four steps. And Dr. Schwartz four steps video that I've explained how the four steps works comes in, and use the four steps and so on. Or you can also go on my site, mind@seekstruth.com, make an appointment, and we'll go over these steps and all the other things you want to ask, and we'll make that uh, improved. And Kiffer says Krishnamurti was an amazing thinker. Yes, yes, wasn't it? Years I spent time to learn his lectures and his meetings with psychologists around the world who would gather around him, and quantum physics professors would gather around him, ask their questions from him. It was brilliant, and I enjoyed it. There was years of my life that I spent just listening to these lectures till, I don't know, God knows how, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes I'd be walking by the ocean at night, so at 2 o'clock in the morning, and analyzing and retaping what I thought the translation of the discussion was, and then analyzing further. And I really enjoyed his in-depth knowledge of the human psyche. And MK says, male 24 hungry, says she's moving to another city because she did get a new job. She's 1 year older than me. Can that be a reason for the breakup? I'm thinking all day about what could I have done different. Nothing. This is one of the problem most of us guys go through when the breakup happens, especially when the girl breaks up, and we figure, what could I have done that this would not happen? This is not on you. This is what she wanted to do. If someone doesn't like a spaghetti, it's not because spaghetti has suddenly become bad today, or it's not nutritious or delicious today. Is that person has changed his taste, or is looking for something else? It's got nothing to do with spaghetti. Spaghetti remains spaghetti, as loved and nutritious and delicious as it's always been for other people. So by someone not choosing you, you don't change to something that is not as good as you've always been. And it's not on you that she has gone, that you could have done something more. Why is it that you have to do something more for somebody to stay with you, but they don't have to take the responsibility to do something more, or something to meet you, to make sure that you guys stay together? That means it has nothing to do with what you have done or could have done more. It's something to do with their stage of life, and that's what they want. And respect that. Let them go. If someone doesn't want to be with you, is not worthy of your time and focus on that person. Put your energy, focus, and appreciation and attention on someone who pays attention to you and for you. And never forget this, what I'm going to say. Never forget this, what I'm going to say. My father said that. God bless his soul. My father was a lawyer. He had a PhD in law, and he spoke 6 languages, and he was very well read, and was a great politician, but a good politician. And he said one thing. When I was, I think I had gone through my first divorce. He said, if this wheel doesn't turn for me, I don't care if it turns at all. If she's not giving it to you, if she's not for you, if she's not giving her attention to you, it doesn't matter how beautiful she is, it doesn't matter how amazing it doesn't matter. If you're not invited on that table that's got all that beautiful food set on it, it doesn't matter how many amazing, delicious food are there. It's not offered to you. You don't have anything to do with it, and you're not wishing it. If this wheel doesn't turn for me, I don't care if it turns at all. So don't you ask me ever again or yourself, what could I have done so this wouldn't have happened? The hell with it that happened. Who the fuck do you think she is that your whole life is summed up in a relationship with her? If she doesn't appreciate the relationship with you, you welcome it, you respect her, you wish her well, and let her go. And you go on and find the one who is wishing to be with you and knows your value. There would be other examples that I can give you, but there's too much time is going to elapse, so we're going to move on from that. And says, I blame myself at most of the time. Don't. But I know that relationship is, yeah, don't. Stop blaming yourself and stop. You're 24 years old. You've got no fucking business to think that this relationship will last more than 6 months or a year anyhow. It was a duration for your life. You learned it. You enjoyed it. Now, next, whatever happened, it wouldn't have lasted anyhow. It doesn't matter how long. And don't be like that. Don't be thinking about this relationship with your pants. Here, move on. Go build something of yourself. Finish your studies if you haven't. Get your job if you haven't. Make money as you can. Build yourself. Learn things. Advance yourself. Go to the gym and make yourself feel great, and then you will expect a higher value woman than just a woman who looks pretty and gives you pleasure. That's not something that you can count on to build your life on. There's so many beautiful girls today that you can't get rid of them. You can't end it if you start counting now to the end of your life. And Saj says, hi Miran, what is your thought about the pronoun thingy and those who identify as a thing or animal in the US? I'm just curious why it's okay, whatever. Look, free life. Whoever wants to think whatever they want to think, it floats the boat. Let them think. You worry about what your life going to be, how you want to proceed your life, and I don't necessarily would like governments to have anything to do with mandating other people to uh, address other people in a certain way that they would prefer. They're free to request anything they want to request, and you're free to accept or reject. To just like somebody comes and wants to sell you something, just because they want to sell you something, you're not supposed to buy it. You say, well, it's not convenient for my budget, or I have no use for it, so you may offer it to somebody else, but I'm not buying it. So that's what you can answer. It's a free country. Whoever wants to feel however they want to feel, it's their right. But also you have right. Everybody has right. I can ask you for $1 million from you. You may refuse and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give it to you, or I don't feel comfortable. I say, how about $2? You say, well, I still don't want to. What's the reason for it? I say, well, then, call me sir. And you say, well, why should I call you sir? You're not my teacher, or you're not my father, or you're not whatever. So these are the things conversation could take place. But if you want to, by all means, it's your choice. It's their choice. I have nothing to say about it. These sort of things are not some things that YouTube or other places would want to have a free debate or discussions. This is not a place for that. I just want to help you guys to realize how you can understand your inner movement of psyche and get rid of your OCD and your relationships, breakups, and so on and so forth. And the rest of it is between you and them. And Saj says also, Mehran, what is your TikTok account would like to follow? Okay, my TikTok account is called Mind Seeks, MindSeeks, Mind Seeks. Of course, the title for that channel, when you go Mind Seeks, it's one-on-one Skype counseling. One-on-one Skype counseling. However, every time I put Mind Seeks, I get to that destination. And MK says, and I am afraid that she was the one, sir. No. She's not the one, because if she was the one stays with you. Very simple formula to know she's not the one, because she's not with you. How could she be the one if the one that you think is the one is not the one that it is with you at the moment? So that one is nothing like the one that you're looking for. So, no, she's not the one, and she's another one. Go on, live your life. Don't be stuck on one relationship, one girl at that age. You talk like this, I'm going to get on a plane and get my ugly stick and go and beat you on the head. Treat yourself well with respect. And same cases, there's one thing, sir, I would like to ask. After the breakup, she posted a video where this text was visible. There is not a worse feeling than losing the man who you thought you will spend your life with. Oh, who gives a fuck? It's all bullshit. If she, who is she at that age to know? She knows the kind of man that she wants to spend the rest of her life. She's just a child at the moment. I mean, I don't mean that you're a child, but you guys are all legal age, but not enough experience to know yourself, to know what kind of a mate you want to have for the rest of your life. So she can say that. It just makes you feel like these are romantic things that helps her with her pain, or with your pain, or she wants to get the responsibility of breakup away from herself and all that. So just move on. Don't give a damn. Nothing is confusing. Don't read in anything that she's writing. Straightforward talk. Is that what you accept? She wanted to be with you, she would be. She's not, the hell with it. The rest of it is nonsense story. And health guru, let's see if we have any question from our TikTok friends. No, TikTok friends are bystanders. Okay, as usual. What the hell is wrong with you guys, TikTok friends? I thought you liked my channel. You have no questions? All of you graduate, no problems, no relationship problems, no OCD, and no psychological questions at all. None whatsoever, right? Then you guys are just, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing here then. 1,000 of you are here. But nobody has a question. That's wonderful. All right. My goodness, we're very successful tonight. Yeah, we have some funny comments here, but really nothing to write home about. All right, then. All right, my conscience is clear. I've checked TikTok, no questions here. So we go back to helping our YouTube friends. And Health Guru says, just let me have a sip of my tea here. Health Guru here says, 30-year-old male from Pennsylvania, USA. Thank you for that. It says, my ex left me around 2 years ago and got married to a new man shortly after the breakup. I worked on healing from the breakup and have met new women, but feel like anyone will compare to what I had with her. Ah, so you think the best girl that qualifies as the best choice for you is the girl who's actually doesn't have her marbles set well, leaves you and gets married with someone so quickly, and the fact that she leaves you is why she's qualified to be with you. Is that your standards? Is that how you pick your girls? Really? Think about what you just said. Your girlfriend left you around 2 years ago and got married with somebody else very quickly. You've met other women, yet you don't think anybody would be better than her for you? What was her qualification? That she didn't want to stay with you? That's the one that makes her to be the best candidate for you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Or what was her speciality? Was she paying the rent? Was she finding cure for common cold? Was she feeding the elderly or the children around the world? Was she curing illnesses for people? What was her contribution to this world? Um, what else? Would it be drops of gold coming out of her eyes if she would cry? Or was she what? What was her speciality that made her so amazingly qualified for you to be so hung up on her that you can't enjoy life with so many amazing women out there? What was it that makes this woman the star of all women on this earth that you can't go on? Please explain. Nothing. She played with your ego. She saw some guy, maybe more money or whatever it floated her fancy or whatever it was, floated her boat. She went there. That doesn't make her smart, that makes her stupid. If you're the nice guy that you think you are, and she left to somebody else, then she's dumb. Why would you want to be with a dumb girl? Simple. How do you qualify people? What for? Because you have lust for them and they played with your ego. Now you think, oh, you're not good enough because she chose somebody else. For that reason, I want her. She must be the best. She's not. She's an idiot if you're the nice girl, nice guy, and then she's gone with somebody else. And you still think the idiot is better than all these amazing girls out there that you experience in some of them? Change this and you'll be fine. And healing, you're not sick to be healed. A relationship didn't work out. Everything has a duration in life, and the relationship did have. You enjoyed it, and she enjoyed it, and then she changed her mind, then good ridden. Adios. Next. What's healing? What's wrong with you that you should be heal? Heal what? Just have a little bit of respect for yourself and don't think you're the ego. Oh, it must be me. I am better than everybody else. And if she doesn't stay with me, that means somebody else is better than me. Really? She's the uh, measuring stick for what other man's goodness or every man's goodness it is. So if she's not with me, I'm not a good man. But if she's with you, you're a good man. If she's not with you, you're not a good man. If she's with somebody else, that's a good man. What gives? How do you come up with that? What has she accomplished that she's such a measuring stick for the quality of men? Depending who she chooses to sleep with, that man becomes the top dog. Really? Come on. Says, I feel like anyone will come. Why I still think about her? Because I told you, you have no respect for yourself. That's why. And one reason that you still think of her is because you have not accomplished yourself the way that you can. Maybe you're not making enough money. Maybe your job is not satisfactory to you. Maybe your education is not finished. Maybe you haven't bought the car or the house that you want to have. The stuff that you haven't accomplished it. You're not accomplished. Therefore, you think when you had her, you were happy and you didn't need to accomplish any of these things. So she was the solution for your unaccomplishments. She was the solution for your shortcomings. Now that she's gone, you're left with the shortcomings. I don't have anything to cover up all my shortcomings because she gives me pleasure and I don't feel like I need anything else to make myself any better because I have her. That's pleasure. So that makes me top of the month. No. When you had her, you still weren't accomplished, so you didn't worth a shit, even though you had her. Now you don't have her, you're still not accomplished, so go accomplish yourself. Get a good job, make money, make your go to the gym, make your psychological well-being and health taken care of, make your body and physical fitness taken care of. If you're studying, study it, graduate, continue your study. If you have a job, do better at your job, make more money, and make yourself a better person. Then you have the confidence on your own, not because somebody is covering up your shortcomings. Then you don't have shortcomings, at least not that much. Then the girls will come to you because you make them look successful rather than the pleasure of them being with you make you feel successful. So the key is to build yourself, not to think that she can help you be someone without building yourself. Then if she leaves, suddenly pleasure is gone and you feel like the way you feel right now. So that's why. Otherwise, she was nothing special whatsoever. You just think you are because you're not accomplished enough. So go accomplish yourself and you'll be fine. MK says, thank you very much. And Katerichoka. Katerichoka, that's an interesting name. It says, male 34, Sofia, Bulgaria, says, I honestly can't. What happened? Okay. All right. Okay. I guess we got caught up because I wasn't paying attention to TikTok. Because TikTok friends don't have any questions. That's why I'm dealing with them and they're here listening. All right. Don't forget to like the program, guys. All your TikTok friends, all the TikTok friends, please like, put a heart or something so algorithm would recognize us. So the same with my YouTube friends. And Katerichoka says, male 34, Sofia, Bulgaria, says, I honestly can't understand how you do not have at least 500,000 subscribers. Your analysis are gold. I know, but what can I do? Maybe TikTok, maybe YouTube doesn't like me so much, so they don't circulate my videos. I've got over 3,000 videos on my channel. And everything pretty much that is under the sun that could be a reason for you to be stuck after a relationship breakup, to help you to get out of the breakup is there. Anything about OCD and HOCD and substantive OCD to help you to move on, to understand what's happening, it's there. Now, why my live streams on TikTok get 1,000 viewers and participants, so to speak, although none of them are participating, they're just watching. But on YouTube, we have only few because YouTube somehow perhaps doesn't like what I'm doing, or maybe my tagging is wrong. I don't know. And Health Guru says, wow, great stuff. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate your taking time. Well, you guys appreciate it. I have to bring something to your note. This channel is not a millionaire, so we would appreciate you guys support the channel so we could advertise and get the channel to be known. So if you're taking advantage from the videos, taking advantage from live stream, if your comments and the advice is helping you out, then circulate the videos you like on the social media, or somehow find a way to support the channel so we'll be economically viable, and then we can continue on advertising on Google and get people to come and join us so we can reach more people and help more people. That's the way you can do it. But I appreciate the thank yous anyhow. Katerichoka says, maybe some marketing help. Yeah, I should use that. Before I had a young lady in Russia that she was brilliant in making thumbnails. And for every video that I would make, she would, from the other end, tune into it and make a thumbnail, send it to me, and then upload it. So all my videos had thumbnails. But since I can't do it myself, I'm not that good in these sort of things. And the PayPal doesn't cooperate with Russia right now. So I can't pay her. And poor thing, we cannot have that continuous cooperation for her design and so on to help the videos to be more visible. So that's one of the things. And the rest of it, I really don't. For the life of me, I don't know. I'm doing everything right, but I don't know. And says maybe some marketing help. Yeah, but I've spent some money before and they didn't do a damn thing. Honestly, nothing. Kateri Choka says, would be, that's right. Says this is kind of hidden diamond channel now. Well, yeah, I hope it'll be found soon because we really need somebody to find this diamond. Honestly, I should have 2 million at least subscribers because this channel is really helpful. When they find me, they swear by it. They don't go anywhere else because you cannot find the type of things that we talk about, whether it's about OCD, HOCD, or breakups and so on, or thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, go on any channel but here. I doubt it. And I'm unanimous on that. All right. Kiefer says, can you touch on hypergamy with woman and how it's inherent in the evolution and how all men are susceptible to it no matter what their status is? Well, don't use that as if it's the gospel or something that definitely going to happen. So no matter who you are, the woman is going to go. So first of all, it depends on the woman. Some women are just bitches. They never have enough. They always complain. And that's why they're the ones who jump from branch to branch. They have no goal. They're nothing to build anything with. They're not a foundation material. They're just a voyager. They come and go and try to enjoy them. They think that's what their life is until they get a little bit old enough and say they've got fuck all because they've been jumping around, hypergamy, somebody in higher status, because they are the losers that they are trying to attach themselves to somebody who is socially more active or more visible, and they want to tag along on the coattail of that person and feel like they've accomplished because they haven't accomplished anything and they don't know how to accomplish anything. For that reason, they do up, they're pretty and they make themselves look good and they're selling their physical attraction to somebody who's buying it. And most of us guys are visual. We like that. Until it's too late, we found out that the one that we are actually thinking that we are in love with, it's got nothing loving material. It's just there to use whatever it can and then dispose of when she finds something better. So not every girl is like that. Some are like that. And that basically is not something you should be afraid of. You should just simply understand that that is not a shortcoming of you. You do your best in life because if that's what you want to do and you want to provide for your family. And if that family of that person, that woman is not satisfied with that, well, good riddance. She can go anywhere else she wants to go, and you go continue finding a decent, good, qualified, wise, educated, tolerant, helpful, cooperative, unselfish, loving, nurturing woman as you would be to her. That will work. Otherwise, you shouldn't be scared of the fact that women, not all women do that, but if they're not really resonating on the same wavelength of conscious level, they would. If two people don't bond on conscious level and they only are counting on their physical appearances and the fun and the sex and mating and intimacy and all that, or buying this, shopping this, travel that, that's very short-lived. That's nothing to build a relationship on. It always runs away and runs its course, and eventually they'll be left with nothing that they have actually built on, because what keeps the relationship glued together, continue, is the content of the compatibility on the conscious level. So those women can come and go. None of them are really compatible on the conscious level. That's why they keep going. Because if you're compatible on conscious level, it doesn't matter if somebody else got more money or not. That woman will not leave you for any amount of money or wealth or power or whatever the shit it is, because they are looking for a life, not for a party. So those kind of girls, they can go. Open the door for them. Let them go. All right, guys, it's 1 hour and 8 minutes, and we've got no questions from TikTok friends. I hope you guys at least liked it and put the heart on. For heaven's sake, I'll find out later. And for 1,000 people here, 21 like or 21 heart is not enough. I bet you that's unfair. So I hope you guys anyhow enjoyed it. So it's time for me. We answered all the questions. It's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I look forward to our next live stream. Don't forget to support the channel any way, which way you can. We need to be economically viable to advertise and reach more people and help more people. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com, making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.